Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Overtime. Big week of games tonight, some unbeatens trying to stay that way, and I guess there was a big rivalry game or two, maybe. I'm Sports Director Allison Posey. That guy, he is Dom Tibbetts, and this week of football, it did not disappoint.
Oh, it sure didn't, Allison. And you mentioned big games, and none are bigger than the one that went down tonight at the Concrete Palace.
Yeah, it really needs no introduction. The Wintersville Classic, Lowndes hosting VALDOSTA tonight, a rivalry that have started to take over. The Vikings have won 17 of the last 25. That includes the last 4. VALDOSTA seniors looking to win this game for the first time, but check this. How's this to get the game ball? The U.S. Army paratroopers dropping it off.
And does it get more Wintersville than some big plays? Wildcats with the possession. Joseph Gardner calls zone number, rips off a huge chunk of yardage on the run, but no points come out of it.
And Lowndes takes full advantage of it. Off a turnover, they drive down the field. Chase Belcher finishes it off, running by defenders left and right for the game's opening touchdown. It's 7-0 Vikings early.
But the VALDOSTA defense hanging tough. Curry Brown drops back. He's going to be chased down by Eric Brantley. Forces the fourth down. And Lowndes, they're going to have to punt it away.
To the second quarter we go, and the Vikings, they are a tough team to keep out of the end zone. They hand off to who else but Chase Belcher. He finds some room to the outside, gets in for another TD. Makes it 14-0 Lowndes.
Vikings make it 5 Wintersville Classic victories in a row with a 21-0 final.
A rematch of last year's single-A state title game in AUCILLA and a region game to boot. Can't get much better than that. Top-ranked Irwin County hosting number 2 Brooks County. Irwin County looking to strike first. Cody Soliday handing it off. Marcus Edwards, he finds the gap, and it is off to the races. Gets to the end zone. Irwin on the board first. It's 7-0. Later in the quarter, Trojans looking to respond. Jamal Sanders on the QB keeper. Rushes it in for the 1-yard strike to tie things up. Final minute of the first quarter here. Soliday handing it off to DeMarcus Lundy. That is Seminole DJ Lundy's younger brother. Tries to create space, but he is dropped in the backfield. They would score soon after, and they would go on to win. Brooks County, they fall once again. They'll get it done eventually. 21-13, the final score.
Achilles heel it must be. Now a matchup of top programs going down to Madison, both the Class 1A Cowboys and the 3A Florida High. Top 5 teams in their respective classifications. The Seminoles, they're undefeated too, just to add to it as if these games weren't already big enough. Madison County 100% eligible after some early season suspensions. Cowboys on top 7-6 late first half. Good field position here, losing Buck Hampton because he's just so elusive. But there we go, in an easy, untouched 6 points. Cowboys head into half up 14-6. Second half, Madison County looking to get on the move again, but a host of Seminoles all over it, not going anywhere, but that wouldn't last long. On the Florida High, too, Hampton hands it off to Keyshawn Mitchell, crosses the plane. Madison County jumps up 21-6, and they'd hold on from there, beating the unbeaten Knowles 21-13, the final.
Big win for Madison. Now, AUCILLA Christian has only played 1 game this year. They've had 2 games canceled thanks to COVID. Thank you, COVID. Yeah. Warriors at home tonight against Rock Springs Christian, tied at 14. Not for long. Rock Springs going yard. Brant Washington, perfect toss to best name ever, Styles Scott. He's got a lot of style. 71-yard touchdown pass. It's 20-14. AUCILLA Christian looking to respond. Trip Joyner connects with Jace Grant. He's taken down just shy of the first down. Warriors, they would fall short tonight. Rock Springs wins 26-14.
Branford Buccaneers 3-0, outscoring their opponents 106-24 at Fort White tonight. Third quarter already up 21-7. Branford forced the punt. Leroy Hart blocks it. Fort White in good field position. Couple plays later, freshman running back LaCosta Bird barrels in from 1 yard out. Extra point no good, and Fort White leads 27-7. But Branford not going away though. Early fourth quarter, it's Tyson Johnson. Maybe chicken nugget guy? I don't know. Throwing a fadeaway jumper wide open in the end zone into the arms of Austin Malgoot. Bucks cut the lead to 27-13 after another mixed extra point, but the Bucks, they'll fall on the road in a close one, 27-19. Undefeated, no more. Hey, cheerleaders, take it away.
You're watching Friday Night Overtime on ABC 27.
white coats. Those are snazzy.
It's fresh, isn't it?
Welcome back to Friday Night Overtime. It is Wintersville week, so only appropriate to celebrate with the Georgia Bridgemen, the marching band at Lowndes High School.
That's a big win for Lowndes tonight, but we have a lot of other games to get to, AP.
Yeah, we sure do, Dom. Interstate rivalry. How about that? North Florida Christian hosting Valwood tonight. First quarter in this one. JP Pickles going to hand it off to Devon Jackson, and he runs it wide all the way to the sideline. But he picks up some nice yardage for his team. Next play, the Eagles. JP Pickles dropping back, throwing deep to
Pickles.
none other than Traylon Ray. Another nice catch. He was our play of the week winner this week. Putting the Eagles on the board at 6-0. They try for two. Jackson puts it in the end zone again. It's 8-0 at the end of the first. This one a thriller. Back and forth all night. NFC, they hold on. 50-44.
Hope you bet the over on that one. Now, the Brookwood Warriors still looking for their first win of the season at TERRELL Academy. Second quarter, Eagles up 19-7. Raj Woldrup finds T.J. Thomas. It's a touchdown. And later in the corner, TERRELL Academy answers right back. Little Lawrence Carpenter action with the pass down the field. Finds his receiver open. Cameraman, and gets a little juked out by it.
Where's the ball?
Where'd he go? Houdini. Terrell County 56, Brookwood 47. Tough loss for Brookwood tonight.
The Leon Lions haven't played since September the 9th. Back in action tonight and at home, Gene Cox Stadium, hosting Navarre. The Lions hosting the Raiders at home, kind of at home, I guess, sort of at home. They play on their home turf. 2 minutes left in the second half. Ija Freeman stepping back, throws it to Michael Myrick with a deep catch and closer to the end zone too. Move those chains, folks. Next play, Pooh Shazir is given the rock, and he makes this one look easy. Lions go for the extra point, and it is good, of course. Raiders lead 14-7, and Navarre tries the answer back here. Kyle Chambers faking the handoff. He runs this one through the Lion defense. Nice game for Chambers and the Raiders. Navarre, they would go on to get the win over Leon tonight. 24-14, your final score.
The Gabby Cougars still on the hunt for win number 1 of the season, westbound on I-10 tonight at Niceville. Eagles, they're going to strike fast, striking first. Check out this long QB run. He's going to make a couple moves, helps up the sideline. I don't know if QBs are supposed to run this fast,
but
he's out there. He's
like
cruising.
In the end.
Niceville comes in for a touchdown. They take the early lead, but don't count the Cougars out, especially when Chase Gillespie has the ball. The senior finding an open lane and runs it in for the score. A high-scoring affair in this one, but Godby falls 56-27. Cougars now 0-6 start the year.
The Swanee Bulldogs at Bradford High School tonight, picking this game up in the second quarter. 5 minutes left in the half. Swanee on the comeback here. Cody Lang to Deontay Evans for a nice first down to set up a touchdown on the next play. 21-9 Bradford on top before the half. Amari Jones, you know this guy, the former Valdosta High School quarterback, passing to Chalil Cummings. That's good for a first down. The Tornadoes get into field goal position to go up 24-9 at the half, and they go on to beat Swanee High School tonight 33-12.
Hamilton County Trojans at home. They're hosting Dixie County. Some second half action to start this one off. 21-35 Dixie leading, and a lot of 10-yard gains like this one from Hamilton County's Jeremiah Gibson. He'll set this team up nicely for the next play. Gibson takes another snap, runs it in for the last 10 yards for the first down. First touchdown of the half, but they'll miss the field goal. They go up 27-35. Dixie County, they're going to take this one from Hamilton County. Another high-scoring affair, not in their favor. 56-27 Dixie.
A lot of high-scoring affairs tonight, and because this was so popular last week, let's bring it back. It is Flashback Friday. Chiles hosted Creekside under Thursday Night Lights, tied at 14-all at the half. Second half, Knights going forward on fourth down, and a good thing too. Jacob Denny taking his time, finds Brendan McMillan for the first down. They punch it in on the next play, taking the 21-14 lead. Next off fits of possession for the Knights. Denny to McMillan again. He does the rest of the work. 45-yard touchdown, and the Knights are up 2 scores over the T-Wolves. Chiles looking to get something going. Travis Jones, 15-yard pickup, but that drive stalls. In Creekside, they would hold on from there, 35-21. Chiles falling in the final score.
Well, we keep it going with some more Thursday night football. Edison, PATAULA Charter playing host to Georgia Christian. And we get a good one. Panthers opening the scoring. Tyler Tabb rolling out, finds a dart to Colby Radney for the score, and PATAULA leads 6-0. But here come the Generals, getting tricky. Mason Finney dials one up for Seth Copeland, and the junior does the rest. breaking free, and the Panthers, he'll get there in the rest of the way. Georgia
goes.
Christian goes up in front 14-12, but the Generals, they're not done, Allison. They're just not done. And just before half, Mike Miller looking downfield. He'll connect with Copeland
nice
again.
time.
Like a good
There
neighbor.
you go.
They are there for each other. The Generals lead after one half of play. And they'll go on to get their first win of the season. Downing 32-18, your final.
Big win for Georgia Christian. A big win for a lot of big teams tonight. Shout out to Lowndes, 21-0, 5 straight over Valdosta in the Wintersville Classic. You were there. It was close to a sellout, Don. What was the atmosphere like?
Oh, it was awesome. You know, and it's really actually my, I guess, first, you know, kind of
Yeah,
little bit of a
'cause of
normal
COVID.
Wintersville experience. Super packed. I mean, it was tough to see an empty seat in the house. And, of course, Lowndes winning 5 in a row. That's so impressive when you consider the history of how that whole series has gone over the past recent years.
Absolutely. Branford, Florida High, no longer undefeated. We'll have some good games next week, too, so stay with us. Don't go anywhere.